Welcome back to Wisdom for the Ages Week on the Hampton Roads Show. And a big dilemma seniors and retirees face is whether to downsize their living situation for something more manageable. And joining us now is Valerie Stevens. She's a licensed real estate associate broker with Liz Moore & Associates and member of their Savvy Senior team that's all about helping seniors and retirees explore the option of moving and selling their homes. Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
I think it's a problem a lot of this demographic faces because maybe they're used to living in a big home for X amount of years and then they get to a point where do they really need all of this space? So how do you help people evaluate their situation?
Well, what we do is we like to set up a meeting where we meet with the seniors and any additional family members to explore this option for them. And we have a special team that's with Liz Moore as the Savvy Senior team that has experience working with the seniors going through this process for downsizing. And so we meet and just explore what they're looking to do. Do they want to move to a smaller house, a retirement facility, and just kind of gain the data so that we can make a decision for them and help them explore their options in depth.
And I'm sure it's a tough decision for them to make.
It is a very tough.
A lot of back and forth.
It's a very tough decision. It's a lot of steps that we go through, and part of it is they've possibly lived in their house for 30, 40 years. So just getting around that idea of moving and where do we begin, and so that's kind of what we do is set up and evaluate what the market's doing in their specific area, looking at what the market's doing in the surrounding area, and just give them information on how to start the process, along with our No Surprise program, where we go in and we have people that work through the process of downsizing and helping them set that stage, doing a marketing analysis and just giving them a lot of data and holding their hand through that process.
Right, well, I'm sure that information is really going to help, especially if they're trying to decide if it's the right decision for them. And you spoke about the market, so what about right now? Is it a good time for people to sell if that's what they want to do?
Everybody always asks, when is the best time to sell? And it's really evaluating each person individually and deciding what they're looking to do, what the market's doing in their area, where would they like to move to make sure they financially can make that decision. And so it's individually looking at everybody's specific plan and making that decision that's best for them.
Right, so it's not just a straight yes or no. There's a lot of other factors you have to consider, and that's why someone like yourself with the Savvy Seniors can help them work out some of those issues and questions that they have. So if someone wanted to get started, maybe they want to start exploring this possible process for them, what do they need to do?
Well, they need to contact us, and we will set up a specific meeting, and then we will go through the process and just look at what they're looking to do. Where do they want to move? Sometimes that's a big question, is where do we move to, what's available out there, whether they want to buy, move to a retirement facility. Sometimes they're moving out of state to be with family members. So the first part is just setting up a meeting and looking at the whole picture for them and setting up a strategic individual plan. And it's usually taking small steps to adjust them through that process of while we're moving.
Right, and any other issues or things that people need to think about if they're considering this process, especially that's unique to the senior community?
Well, I think they need to look at most of it's like dealing with the downsizing and that process, and we have a lot of different people that we work to coordinate through that. Sometimes they need to do repairs to their home. We do a pre-listing home inspection to allow them to see what repairs might need to be done. We have professional stagers that come in and assist us to help them get their house ready for the market, and then bring in the photographers. So it's a lot of different people involved in our process to evaluate what's best for their individual need and creating that move for them.
Okay, sounds good. Well, if you want to talk about your specific situation, you can contact Valerie Stevens with Liz Moore & Associates at 209-8199. They're also online at lizmoore.com/Valerie Stevens. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.